What's going on, boys? No Guides here. Welcome back to another video. Now, this video is made possible by the EA Creator Network, and I've got a game for you, and we're going to be using this team on the screen, as you can see. We're going to go straight into a game to give you a bit of an example of how FIFA 23 will look in Ultimate Team. I've got a good team to show you the footage of how it looked with a good team as well. And I'm also going to give you my top tips getting started in FIFA 23. People always forget something. It's the basics in every single year, and these are the top tips that you can implement into your game to get a head start above your opponent. I'll let the animations play, and you can of course watch this video in 2K quality as well. It's a new team lineup, as you can see. The first one I wanted to say is the biggest thing you're going to notice as soon as you get the game is dribbling. You're going to be thinking, what on earth is going on with dribbling? Now, dribbling, does it still work? Yes, it does, except for now you can't flick your left analog stick rapidly. If you do, you will get kind of stutter movements. You want to rotate your left analog stick slowly. That's the best advice I give you. So remember my voice back here. When you get the game, rotate your left analog stick slowly, almost as if you're painting with a paintbrush, like your Picasso himself. And you can create these nice left stick dribbling movements and these animations that even your opponent doesn't even know what you're doing. So it does take some time to get used to, but that's the first thing I want to say. You're going to notice left stick dribbling. It will appear to feel awful, whereas it's true, it does feel a bit clunky, I'll be honest, as it stands. But to be honest, no one has learned it yet fully. So stay tuned for a full in-depth video on left stick dribbling when that does come out. Now, while we're on that note, there's many skill moves that have come out. My favorite one is this one. It's the L1 fake shot, the jog open up fake shot, or the stand open up fake shot. It's a 2-star skill, guys. I'm sorry, a 1-star skill, should I say. So anyone can do it. Doesn't matter what player you have. And it's so effective because it gives you that space and that availability on the ball. And you do it by holding the L1 button and then pressing the fake shot. So just remember, jog open up fake shot is going to save your life. Now, when I was talking about dribbling as well, there's going to be some situations where dribbling can help you. Like, let's say when you're trying to create an angle or make a pass. But there's going to be some situations where you're going to be like, you know what, I just wish I had a skill move that can help me, you know, just break away into that space like that. Even like Nuno Mendes, have a look how he used that skill move to break into that space. So that's one thing I'd say is don't forget the jog open up fake shot, and just so many fake shots in general. Look at that. You can see how effective it is. And of course, you've got the standout variation as well. Very, very good for getting your shot away. Another new skill move as well is, of course, the new skill move. It's called the heel to ball roll. Now you need a 4-star skill to do this. So not someone like Lorento, I believe, has got 3-star skills. But if you've got someone like him, L1 button and heel flick. Look at that. You get that very, very nice animation. You see how the ball just transitions to the right-hand side. Looks very, very effective and very, very smooth. Now I don't want this player to leave, so I'm probably going to just let him get a bit of a head start here. So yes, the skill moves are very, very effective. I would say inside the box. You do also have another skill, which is the Stutter Faint, which is you hold the L2 button, put the right stick down and then up. Now with this one, the key thing is timing. It is a bit of a slow skill move. You can see, for example, like there, you will lose the ball, you will get dispossessed. So make sure when you do it when you have time and space around you. But I would say the key thing is doing this early, well before the ball comes towards your feet. So kind of like, not like that. You see, it's too long. And you see, look, if I just stand still here, it's very easy to lose the ball, and it's very hard to catch up to your opponents. Another tip I want to give you is when you're actually playing, especially in midfield, don't give the ball away. Use the skill moves mainly in the final third. And if you're going to do something like a Stutter Faint, as I mentioned, do it early. So when you see someone coming towards you well before, and you can plan out, because you do it too late like that, you're going to lose the ball. So make sure if you do use a skill move or you do plan it, make sure you use it early like that so you can kind of feint him away. Another skill move as well is the explosive fake shot, my favorite skill move this year. And I think it will very much be a very meta skill move, so do expect that to come in. I'm going to do a nice good play from with a run and jockey there. To do the new explosive fake shot, you do need a 4-star skiller, and of course, unfortunately, you do need above 85 acceleration and sprint speed. But you can see, look at that exit. You see how you exit at a 90-degree angle, and you get that complete speed boost. Now that's the scoop turn. Almost got confused. Now, that's the thing with that formation, that skill move. You do need above 85 sprint speed and acceleration, and you do need 4-star skill moves. But the reason why I want to mention that is when you're doing this skill move, you want to make sure that you exit at a 90-degree angle, otherwise it won't work. You see, you end up doing a scoop turn, or you end up doing a running 45-degree angle fake shot. I've seen a lot of players try to do it so far, and they're not doing it properly. So let's go defend this here. Nice. Get that ball back here. So I'm just going to show you a quick example. So when you're doing it, you have to give the ball to someone who's got the sprint speed, like Jota. Then you want to go like that. See, it doesn't work. You have to make sure you're doing it at a complete 90-degree angle. Now, free kicks. Free kicks have changed as well. You now have a little reticle on the screen and that you can move in. It applies different amount of power towards the ball. You know, we're going to go with it outside the foot shot low, just about that power. And I think if I remember it correctly, maybe not enough power, but it should roughly go towards. No, it didn't. He's trying to get an outside the foot, kind of like a Trivela type shot as well. But free kicks are very effective. Penalties have also changed as well. If I can get a penalty this game, I will try to bait and I'll try to get one for you. But yeah, with the explosive fake shot, make sure you're leaving at a complete. See, like if you don't do it at a 90-degree angle, you're going to get that 45-degree angle. So you want to go like this. And you want to go straight inside. What a tackle from my opponent. Very, very nice. Corners have also changed, guys. Similar to free kicks. You can see you have the knuckle variation, inside the foot low, inside the foot curled. And you can do all those. And one thing I think is a meta this year is I want to say is this. Low straight, high power. And it's going to be the new mechanic. And for those that don't know, have a little guess what it is. It is, of course, the power shot. The power shot is a new mechanic this year that's basically replaced low drivens. And it's done so like this. Have a look at this. So you want to do L1, R1, and you want to do the shoot button. So you do it when you've got time and space towards you, you can do it. Now I ended up going for a cheeky chip there. Didn't really work out. It is what it is. I'll show you an example for the power shot. And the power shot does have a mechanic where you can zoom in. Now I would recommend in the beginning leaving this zoom on because this is one of the most effective. I would again make another prediction. This would be very much the meta because if you can create space, you can actually get a very, very good chance of getting this goal. In fact, I'll show you an example when I get the ball back immediately of how it looks. So nice pressing from my opponent. So you can see there, tried to get the ball back. That was a very, very nice play. We're going to go on passing as well, top tips for passing. But you can see if I get the ball like this, you can see that is the power shot. It does take some time to wind up, but you see how the camera zooms in. Now, this gives you an increase to your accuracy and your shot power. But you have to aim the shot manually, guys. But the best tip I'm going to give you, another nil, guys, top tip here is aim at the goalkeeper. Because naturally when you aim at the goalkeeper, you'll try to keep it on target. Now, as humans, unfortunately, not being as machines that we are, well, some people are machines, the way they park the bus and pass the ball around in Ultimate Team. But as you probably know, we're not machines. So trying to get that exact angle is very, very difficult. So my best advice is just aim at the goalkeeper. I'll explain to you why. That's very, very nice for my opponent. And we're going to go here with a new tackle. And that is called the hard slide tackle. Look at that. You see how much vigor and velocity we get behind the ball. It allows us to push forward and get that ball. So why am I talking about the power shot? Why aim at the goalkeeper? Let's just say this is the goal. If you're here, you want to move your left analog stick and you want to face it towards the goalkeeper. Now, why? Naturally speaking, you won't be as accurate as you think. You won't be aiming at the actual goalkeeper. You'll be aiming towards the goalkeeper's left or to the goalkeeper's right. So when you actually aim your power shot at the goalkeeper at the center, naturally you'll end up getting it into the side netting because you won't be as accurate. That's the best tip I can give you. So the first tip was left stick dribbling. Act like you're painting with a paintbrush. Rotate it like a paintbrush. Slowly, smooth motions. Almost in a singular rotation where you're not letting go of the left analog stick. Not flicking it aggressively like you did last year. The power shot, you want to aim at the goalkeeper. Because that way you'll keep it on target, but you'll actually end up scoring. In fact, I'll show you another quick example when we go into that. In fact, what I want to do here is, if you did stay up until this point in the video, I'm actually going to connect my controller so you can see exactly what is going on. I didn't do that earlier, by the way, in case you're wondering. Just because I wanted to give you a bit of a glimpse of the gameplay by itself. But you can see if we do the power shot. Now, this one I'm worried about how effective it is going to be. And that is something I'm worried about when people do find the key techniques. But you can see L1, R1, and the shoot button is what you need to do it. So I'm going to get the ball forward here. Nice pass. Going to get a pass to Neymar. We've got a lot of space there. And we're going to end up going for that nice turn. Unfortunately, you can see the left dribbling. How it's a bit clunky-ish. And that's something you have to remember. I'm going to run back here. Another new feature is partial teammate contain, which we'll go over towards the end. Creative runs will also be the meta. That would be like moving a player that way, then moving him that way. You see how I can manipulate Neymar to come towards me. I can attempt to go away. Do you see how it creates such confusion? Now, if you push that player upwards, you create more space for Neymar, create that breaking in the gap, and then you're going to see something like this. Now, expect this meta to come along. I'll make that prediction as well. That's mainly because of the way the AI follows the players and how effective player AI defending has been nerfed. The drop back feature is not as bad as last year, thankfully, but it's just the way the AI tracks those movements. So expect another one. Another meta I would say is going to be the L1 triangle. It's going to be the meta without a doubt. Expect people to just be doing this the entire game and just doing L1 triangles. It's what's going to be. I don't like it. I hate that meta. You guys probably know I don't do it, but this is going to be the meta all the time. And you're going to be using the ball to go down the wing, then use some sort of variation, then use skill move like that to pass the ball inside the box and bring the ball back like that and score a goal. We're going to go here with just a regular shot here, and we're going to go with a little bit of power. You see that when you hit a power bar below 40%, you actually end up doing a low driven. So the commands for the low driven this year are the same commands. A very, very nice chance to end up going that tackle there. It's a very, very nice power shot that they made it under 40%. So if you hit any shot under 40%, whether that's a finesse shot, whether that's a normal shot, whatever you do, or a chip shot, roughly, well, not really a chip shot, but, and you can see my opponent using the power shot, and you see how the camera zoomed in. It allowed me to really identify what he's doing and able to defend against it. But anyway, below 40% power, guys, is a low driven. This is very effective across goal, guys, and near post angles. So if you get that chance sample, you're cutting in. This is why I think the 5-1-2-2, I think I'll make another prediction. The 5-1-2-2 will be a meta formation. It will take some time because a pro like the 3-5-2, like the 5-2-1-2 that I've always said and always mentioned is meta, it's going to take some time for a pro to give it a go, test it out. But that CDM and the way the left back and right wing back go forward, relatively unmarked, is going to change the way the pro scene plays that formation. And that's why with you have a 2 striker setup and 2 centre mids, it's like a 4-1-2-1-2. So mark my words, when a pro player does get the incentive to pick that up and masters the D-pad tactics, that's the key, mastering the D-pad tactics, hug the sidelines and attacking fullbacks, you're going to expect that meta. So you'll see a formation on that, and I will make that prediction as well. Another thing is passing. Guys, you can't make those passes like I did with Neymar. Even some of the, you can see with Neymar, some of the best players in the game, you can't get away with just facing one way and making that pass. I would say face the player, then make the pass like this. You see that? Very systematic, very processed in the thought process of facing the player. Also, you can do an L2 pass to request an outside the foot pass. See that there? Look at this. L2. No, that didn't work out there. But you can see when you hold the L2 button, you see that outside the foot? Same button as a flare pass. Like you can see when you do it, sometimes you end up doing a flare pass. Have a look, for example, like here. But if you do it with a lot of power, you end up doing, look at that, a nice low. And why I think this is going to be meta is because there's something that I discovered over here. And that is, if you do something like this, I'll show you like this, right? You're going to expect those passes to go through in those odd angles that the average person won't typically expect. Then we're going to go over to another feature. I've got to show you a power shot. I've not even showed you that yet while I've been too busy talking about the other mechanics. And by the way, the graphics this year, I just want to say EA honestly done such a good job on the graphics. People don't understand how hard it is to make graphics, and this game looks absolutely beautiful. We're going to aim literally at the goalkeeper here, and you can see that. See, we got it on target, and maybe I aimed it a bit, maybe because a bit of experience, aimed it a bit too much towards the goalkeeper there. But when you get used to it, you see, you can get those really, really nice angles. And we're going to go actually for an inside the foot curled cross, which I don't actually cross the ball normally. That wasn't nowhere near enough power. And of course you have the partial team press. Now for me it's circle. Just have a look at the screen right now, but you can see those 2 blue markers, they do follow those players along. It should be R1 for default for you. And this is what I mean, like this angle here, I think I got it. Nah, just a bit too close to the goalkeeper. But you see that angle there is very deadly because you can get that shot across the goal to beat the goalkeeper. And to be honest, people can't move the goalkeeper in time to save that. So expect that to be a meta. You're going to expect this, the cross angle power shots, for example, like here. And it'll be like this roughly, like that. You see that? So expect that to be the meta. The skill level and the skill gap would be moving the goalkeeper in time to defend against it, because goalkeepers naturally, they haven't got the positional or the stature really to come across that ball and go and mark it in. So expect that to be something as well. The heel to ball roll is again going to be another skill move. It's going to be a replica, unfortunately, of the bridge, I think. Just the way that you can do it. it will be like, you know, 1 second, let's control the ball on my feet. It would be like, oh, that's the wrong one. Hang on 1 second. Almost forgot how to do it for a second. It's like this, by the way, guys. But you can see like that. You see how you kind of glitch past someone sometimes? And I don't like it. I really don't like it. You're not going to see me using that skill move as, of course, part of my gameplay. Because it's just really glitchy. But look at this. It's just... And this is what the meta will be. So, you know, expect people like, you know, fake shot stop. And expect that some sort of combinations with that and that content. This time we're going to go with a knuckleball. And then we're just going to go and smack it there. We should get it on the head or nearly. And we're going to go here with Kyle Walker. And this is why the power shot is effective with someone that's weaker. But unfortunately, I whacked it with a bit too much power as well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video establishing what the meta is. I think I made my predictions as well. It said some other stuff as well. And some things that maybe I'm not going to say this year. Because some of the less things that, let's just say, I wouldn't want people to know very early on. Let the game go on for a bit or so. And then we can move from there. It was going to make a nice ball over there. Very, very good defending. And we're going to use a partial team press. You can see how the players move in position. And we're going to go with that. Look at that slide tackle. Hard slide tackle. Remember that. Going to be game changing. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. As you can see, Pep Guardiola is celebrating like he's won the Champions League when it's only division rivals. But of course, something that I love in the game. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.